looks right.
Thank you, Mr. Tice.
Thank you, yes. Just wanted to be clear, Attorney Makel emailed me a couple weeks ago and asked me to come tonight.
Was it for tonight? I
Yes,
mean, he did
November
tell me
22nd.
okay.
That's tonight, right?
Yes,
Okay,
you're correct.
okay. So,
And
Pardon me?
his right-hand person at his office had a baby.
Yeah, ours,
oh,
We-
we've
he
been
did-
going through a lot of.
Believe you me, he did tell us he asked you to come present. I just somehow in all the communication, maybe the date.
sure, okay, well, here I am.
Here you
So,
are.
yes, so. good
We have a
evening.
check for you, by the way.
Oh, that would be good. Yeah, there's, I brought the
It's
bills
all
just in
signed
case.
in
Yeah,
here?
yeah, well, I really appreciate that. So there's a draft of the audit outstanding. I sent it again to Attorney Makel to distribute. Did you guys get a copy of the
Yes.
draft, okay? You know, there's a lot to go over with it, and it's already, you've already been at this for a while. And looks like there's more on the agenda, so, I guess the easiest way is to talk about a couple key issues that are going on now. First of all, in our letter to the board of directors, in this case, the board of supervisors, we had made a note that there had been no consultation with other accountants, but press reports indicate to the contrary, that you've engaged another accountant here in 2022, is that true?
We had not for an audit, they were.
What were they to do?
Palermo and Associates was doing bank.
No, I mean Cipher, I understand they've been engaged to,
No,
No.
not yet.
oh, that was in the
And that's
press, so
not-
I need to clarify, because it affects my audits, why I'm asking, I don't mean, because there's auditing procedures I have to follow if you've engaged another auditor while we're
No,
not
we
done
have
with it.
not engaged.
And what would, if you did engage in or you're talking, what would be the nature of their
So, the
work?
Second Class Township Code says that, you know, when there is a change in the treasurer, you should mark the date and audit for 2022, to mark the date for the day the treasurer position changed.
You're doing the audit for 2021, not
This-
2022.
2021,
Right,
correct,
right.
but auditing standards require me, I haven't issued it yet, I have to audit through like today. So I have to I don't report on 2022, but if there's major events in 2022, I have to
Because you're in that
disclose
role
them.
or whatever.
Right,
Okay.
correct, so I have to disclose them, so, is there any, I guess I'll just ask the board since I don't get a chance, is there any concern of the prior treasurer that there's been fraud or misappropriation
No,
or
no,
anything
you
like
just
that?
have to mark the.
Okay, good, that'll help get
Yeah,
this.
so on that reorganization meeting, we made a motion to audit to that point. There was some discussion that some of the other board members had some history with Cipher and Cipher, so they were discussed, but the motion was merely to do a audit to that point. And we all talked about how it really wouldn't cost the taxpayers any money, extra money, because you're gonna audit this year anyway. To make a motion to have someone start on that period of time, and then use the same people to complete for the whole year.
Okay, so we're not gonna do the 2022 audit, that, I don't
We
care.
haven't made a motion, who's doing it?
Why
we
would you
just
pay
made a-
them and not, I mean, it just doesn't.
We haven't engaged them.
Oh,
No,
gotcha,
there was
okay.
just some conversation, that whoever in the newspaper, whatever, there was some.
Went a little too far. it looked
Well, there
like.
was some conversation about Cipher and Cipher, but nobody was engaged,
Sure.
even to this day.
It's your prerogative to hire us or not, I get
No,
that, I just
yeah,
didn't know what
nobody's
was
been
going on.
engaged even
so-
to this day.
That's fine, took care of that. So the other question is, to get the audit finalized, once you folks approve it, and everybody's had a chance to review it, I'll answer any questions tonight, is somebody has to sign a representation letter, I don't know if you know what that, it's just a formality. And the folks we really audited are no longer here, the office folks that we had worked with. So do you have, is somebody on the board, Michelle, are you gonna, we talked to you, Jared and I talked to you, you know, are you gonna sign it, or, it's something you guys should think about, like, to sign the representation letter. It's not that big a deal, but I
Yeah.
do need that to issue the audit, that somebody from the township in a responsible position is representing to us that everything you gave us is, you know, true and correct and all that kind of stuff.
Boy. Oh, boy.
Well, if I don't get it, I can't issue, so
Yeah, I
I mean,
get it.
that's, you know,
I get
you
it.
see the predicament I'm in then too.
I did.
Yeah.
I do have the packet of stuff that they were doing. There is I guess I could look at it.
There were things that we had discovered, I don't know if it would have showed up in your audit, and if this continuation is going to show up in the final draft.
Your millage is
For
wrong.
example, no payment
Oh,
of $5.
that's why it's a draft, so we can
Yeah.
get the.
It was wrong
get-
last year too, we noticed.
No, I appreciate,
They-
that's why
it's
we're
what
here
they
to.
gave you, but it's wrong.
Yeah, and
I
we can
get it.
do, we don't need to, kill everybody's time, I would love to go through it with one of you or any of you to go through any edits that you have. That's why it's a draft, so that we get it correct. And,
Yeah, not that you guys made a mistake, it's what was given to you.
Sure,
When Washington
last year.
County came through with the reassessments, it changed.
Perfect. No, that's the kind of thing we
And they
do.
just kept with what they were doing before
So
that.
without going through all the numbers, you guys saw that, we didn't have any issues, we were auditing through 21, and, things have sort of been a lot of turmoil here of late in 2022, so we really don't have any findings or issues through December 31st of 2021, but I'd be glad to answer any other questions short of me going through all the numbers, and I don't know, it's up to you guys what you wanna
With
do.
the accrual system you're using, any bills that were created in 2021 but not paid till 2022 will not show up in your audit.
No, on the accrual, they will show up, they'll be
They will?
recorded as a payable at December
And how do
31st,
you get
21.
reported that it was a bill from that year? So this,
I'm sorry, say that again, please.
how do you get reported that a bill that came in 22 was for 21?
Well, we
They
look
give
at the
it
bill
to-
and see what it was for, and if it was for goods or services pertaining to 21, then we accrue it as a payable back at
I
21.
just know that when I first started my term on the board through the year, that they were still accepting bills that were more than a year old. We have a bill outstanding right now from Harshman and Associates for zoning and code that goes back to 2020.
Okay,
We haven't
I don't have my
paid it yet.
details, so I have all the backup
I
for
know,
this.
but I'm figuring you don't even, so what do we do with that? You would have never been given it, cause it's still not paid today.
Well, we might have been given it, it's just recorded as a payable and unpaid, it's in your
No.
payables, it's not.
I guarantee
Yeah,
you
so
weren't given
Harshman
No.
says that they gave it to the office staff said they never got it. So I'm assuming
Then
if
we
the
wouldn't
office
probably
staff,
got
you
it.
would have not have got it.
Correct, we can only,
Yeah, I get it, you can only get,
What we're
you can
given.
only do what you
you
give it to
understand,
them.
Did you do the audit here in this building? Were you here when the records was done here? You got the records?
Not the
Something like
whole
that.
audit, but yes, we were here and did field work here, yes, in this building.
But you got some of the records, you think, you didn't, if you got them all or not, you don't know.
Hard to prove a negative, like I can't say I got, but I didn't get, I don't, but with what we saw, everything seemed to be okay, to be honest, I mean, we don't have
I
any.
just, the concern that we have, like, even in June, it was passing attorney bills that were from last year, so it was odd to me that these zoning and code enforcement bills came in, maybe the day, it might have been the week after you guys were here.
Okay,
And it
well,
was like
I
all of a
will tell
sudden
you,
these
too,
bills
somebody
were
brought it
coming
up
in.
earlier, we have recorded like over $400,000 in legal fees, so believe me, they were
Yeah,
putting it
those ones
through.
were here.
So they were-
Zoning and-
Maybe there's more, but I
Yeah,
mean,
there's-
and tell you for a township,
It's a lot.
That's a lot,
It's an
we
extensive
don't have
amount.
any township anywhere near this.
Yeah.
Not even close.
Nope.
We
Yeah,
do a
no.
lot of townships and municipal
Yeah.
authorities, and
there's a, yeah.
maybe a record. I mean, it was
I'm
so
guessing
much.
it is, it might be a.
Aren't we
Did you hear that?
lucky?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know what, might be a record, you guys might have broken a record in the
It's not a
amount of
good record
legal
to break.
fees y'all paid.
Yeah, so
For such a
that's
sized
what
township,
we had, so.
and they're
Yeah.
still popping.
These are great questions, again, it's hard to prove if somebody didn't give us a bill. At some point though, because we look through now, if because that's what we do a search, it's called a search for unrecorded liability, so we look at all the disbursements through like now and see if something's paid now in 2022. We do it on a sample basis, honestly, but and it's called a cutoff test, so we'll see if it should have been accrued back to 21. We didn't have anything of that
Wasn't
nature.
there something on the last page about the amount of information that we're given or something? There was something weird on the last page.
On our report you referred
Yeah.
to, if you could direct me to it, I'd be glad to address it. But
Oh, you guys ask your questions, I'm gonna get my copy.
I believe it was on the last page of your report.
of the audit report.
It was something to do with the amount of information you were given.
Yeah, I think I read that article.
You did.
Is that the representative, there's 3 documents we gave. Maybe we can take it up during business hours or something. I'll pull it all folks up, but
Yeah, there's gonna be
all this
some-
is standard language, by the way, just so you know, so I would stand by what we have. I mean, there's nothing extraordinary in here. It's just a standard audit package. I will tell you to save money, which everybody likes to do, the township has volunteered to have this full reported audit here. You could just file a DCD report if you wanted to. Should dramatically probably cut the fee in half approximately. Cause you wouldn't have you would just have the DC&D report, which I think we sent you, did you not get the DCED report? So that's an option too, you should think about, or, you know, if it's us, we'd be glad to talk to you about that, or another firm, or whatever you wanna do, but it would save them doing this whole big audit here.
I think when we're in a position financially that we can actually trust the numbers that we've gotten, we would be more.
That's the
than
counterpart to it, that you like the
That's-
full audit, you know, because of your situation that you're all
For right
in.
now, yeah.
We know, I can think just offhand of over $200,000 worth of bills that you probably did not receive
Okay?
for your audit.
Possibly, that's why we're in draft and then all this has happened, we haven't had a chance to, you guys have been a little busy yourselves getting reorganized here, and I think we need to regroup on it, and that's why I haven't issued it yet. I think that still some dust to settle, to be honest with you guys.
So, if I recall correctly from our conversations, you had said that the township requested this to be done so late in the year? Because
Yeah,
it
we
wasn't pretty-
typically, the last few years have scheduled it in the September, October timeframe and issue it right around now here.
Okay, because I think last year they used Sin and Associates, was then joined with you
Our
guys,
firm,
right?
correct, we merged.
But it
firms.
looked like in the prior paperwork, it was May first, starting in May first, ending in May 31st, but for some reason they wanted it this late this year.
I saw the year before it was issued in October.
Oh, okay, because that was with the, I went back to look at the contract or whatever, they must have pushed it back then too.
Yes.
So, do you also do the no, that's not you. Okay, so, this is the documents they provided you, so,
Okay,
for that audit. So, I just have to verify that this document's correct for you to release the audit.
right.
That's what you're saying?
Yes,
So you need
well,
a
and I'd like them all,
representation letter that-
I'm
we
sorry,
feel
one of your
that-
fellow supervisors thinks there might be $200,000 of bills I need to record for the 2021 audit.
Did he get any of the information concerning the fire hydrants? Did he get any information concerning the bills that have to go to Horseman? Did he get the notice that we got from the outside attorney? It wasn't our internal attorney. The outside attorney for $112,000
Maybe.
that the board had requested, that those bills be held until after 2021, things like that.
I'd have to get my computer, fire it up and look at all the details I did not bring. You know, that's just too much to print
Yeah,
out and bring
so
here, so.
it's a maybe.
Yeah.
So the only thing I can do is look through this and answer those questions. So, I can say that's probably not gonna happen this week. But yeah, so for me to sign the representation letter that you were presented true and correct information, I will have to research.
We would like to regroup.
Encyclopedia.
Could Michelle be your point person? We've talked with her.
Absolutely.
I think we should regroup with Michelle and go through and make sure we got all the i's dotted and t's crossed, make sure everything's accrued properly per your concern. Bills that we didn't see, that, how would we know?
To my knowledge, the only thing that I can do is go through these. I know the ones that he's concerned about, and I can look for them in here. And then past that, I can just,
Correct.
if anybody else had any concerns of bills that they recalled.
And just to add to your point, if it was never paid through today, which is my requirement, then it would not be reported. So if it's never presented to us and not paid, meaning after December 31st, it's not gonna be in our audit, just to be clear. How would we know? We can't, I don't know who's gonna send you a bill. I mean, it might be like, oh, the attorney sent bills that they didn't give me. How would I know that? You know what I'm saying? So
So let's
there's
say
no
if a
procedure any
contractor was-
auditor could do that would do that.
If a
Just so you know.
contractor was contracted out for work last year that they didn't complete until, there's, one here from a plat check for Veterans Park, so that was contracted last year, paid probably today.
Okay.
So is that based on the accrual method of something that,
That's different. This is a construction project, you're saying?
yeah,
That goes more with the passage of time.
okay, I'm just making sure.
A bill for like a legal fee for a service provided in December 31st, 21 or earlier needs to go back. If it's a 2022 bill, it would be a 2022 legal expense. Does that make?
Yeah.
So we're trying to get when the service was provided, or if you bought something that you got delivered to you before December 31st, 21, that needs recorded. If you ordered it and it comes in probably in
fire
twenty
hydrant.
twenty-two. So there's a lot of, I mean, each one's almost case by case, to be honest with you. And I think we should regroup it, Michelle, make sure we got
There were
So
everything.
like fire hydrant service that was,
Yeah, there were
Down in
significant,
21 that wasn't paid
significant
in
bills,
22.
especially attorney fees, that were, the invoices say 2021, but they were not paid until 2022.
They should be accrued, recorded at December 31st, 21. If the service was for 21, should match up and be in 2021. to your point.
They
So we
didn't
need
do
to
that.
Go
No,
through all
they
that, and,
didn't.
you know, there was a lot.
Yeah, they didn't do
But
that.
during our audit, it all kind of hit, so there was a lot
yeah,
of.
there was some
a
notes
lot of office-
on them about holding them back due to the cash flow issues or, and stuff, so,
Right.
I mean, they were well aware that they existed, they just didn't have the
Right.
table yet.
So offline, can we regroup with Michelle, and that's what, I mean, during business, you know, and spend some time and get this, so we can get our draft issued and both sides are comfortable, and then we can issue it final. Does that make sense from
No,
here?
yeah, maybe we all sit down.
I like to have it done by the end of the year, so it's in the, you know, by December, before Christmas. Let's put a goal on it so we can get it done.
And are you guys okay with me going and getting that check we approved that doesn't include today's bill and giving it to him?
That was sent last week. I didn't get that yet. You can wait on that
Yeah, 'cause
until
that
we're
wasn't
done.
the final bill anyway.
I know, we have a check that we approved
Right.
that has been sitting here, waiting for his presentation, but it's not the